What is up, family? We have another Patreon request. Humans are terrifying. Bro, you didn't have to tell me that. You didn't have to tell me that. I am very aware. We are the most scariest shit on the entire planet. And I believe the only race that just kills itself. For anger, for pleasure, for mental illness, for just we're the only ones. Like, everything else that's living kills for a reason. Survival, whatever it may be. Protection of your cubs, etc. You don't just kill because, hey, let's just go kill, just to kill. Like, it's fun. Let's go kill that person. That giraffe is really pissing me off. I'm going to go kill it. Did you hear what that giraffe said about my mother? I'm going to go kill it. Like, yeah, the animals don't do that. Animals are like, I haven't eaten in a week. That giraffe looks real good. I'm going to go kill it so I can feed my cubs. It's a whole other way. But we are the only ones that just destroy, kill, we destroy. We love destroying shit and killing. That's what we do, people. It's what we do. So humans are terrifying. I know.
What makes humans terrifying? We're not the strongest or fastest animal, and we're definitely not the biggest. So what makes us scarier than anything in history? At first I thought it was because we're smart, but after spending hours researching human nature and what humans have done, the horror of humans goes much deeper than I thought. Let's take ancient humans for example. Ancient humans used persistent hunting to tire their prey out over a long period of time, until they simply couldn't run away anymore. Just the fact that we have 2 legs alone makes us prime for running, but we also sweat a lot more than other animals, which cools our body significantly, allowing us to run a lot further. Humans can eat just about anything for nutrients, but if we can't find food, that's okay as well, because the body will eat the fat inside itself to stay upright, to stay running at all costs.
So I just have to starve myself for a little while, and then it'll eat itself.
But what's sad is usually at the end of these hunts, it ends with an animal just straight giving up. When an animal simply can't cool down by sweating or efficiently run like humans can, they get tired and they eventually just stop and lay down, accepting that they have lost. This is horrifying. After the animal gives up, the human can simply just finish it off without a fight because the animal cannot move. The animal frantically tries to run away, but its legs fail them, and as the human gets closer, its fate is sealed. The human has won.
But the human is this guy is not killing this animal because it pissed him off. He's going to feed the whole family for that animal. So I understand that. Now, if you're killing that animal just to take its horns, you're a piece of shit. Big difference.
This absolute relentlessness that humans portray when they hunt is so terrifying to me. But humans aren't the only persistence hunters in the animal kingdom. However, our scariness goes far, far beyond persistent hunting, because hunting was important in ancient times. But now, we've brought humanity far past the times of fire and stones, and we've become very aware of the true atrocities of humankind. Humans have committed much of their own atrocities amongst themselves throughout history, in ways much more brutal than we could imagine. But will we ever fully unite, and if so, how terrifying can we be? In the case of an alien invasion, aliens might not be ready for the destruction that humans could inflict on them. Imagine coming to an alien world called Earth, and being attacked straight away by a horde of small running creatures that are somehow smart enough to inherit the planet they live on, and to have manipulated metal and chemicals into weapons of mass destruction that can blow up entire lands of mass in seconds. And not only do humans manipulate things into weapons, our entire existence itself is owed to endurance and determination. When we have a sight in mind, we do not stop until that goal is accomplished. Our actual fighting capacities are barbaric. We can take
good game. I love that game.
Extreme damage to our insides and lose half our blood and live on. But we also fight with such tenacity and endurance that might not even be conceivable to an alien species. That's a human for you. Purely brutish. But unfortunately, like I said, humans have, in their own special way, inflicted a lot of their own horrors on themselves. But what were the worst things humans have ever been through? Massive war crimes like the Holocaust and many other smaller overlooked events have shown just how messed up humans can be towards themselves. I mean, at a certain point, at some times, the biggest threat to humanity wasn't a massive asteroid or earthquake.
Oh no, it's us. We're the biggest threat to humanity. It's us. I know that.
Quake, but instead, well, ourselves. But our
Yeah.
species has seriously endured unbelievable challenges. For example, in medieval times, the Black Death casually just killed off roughly half of all humans on Earth in just 5 years, which if you think about it is absolutely insane. Imagine living in that time where essentially everybody was dying. Other early human pandemics like the plague of Justinian during 541 CE killed roughly 30% of the population at that time. And there has been a plethora of other major extinction plagues throughout history,
COVID-19, no, it's not even close to what was going on back then.
all of which we endured and survived. Things like the Black Death seriously threatened humanity as a species. If our ancestors didn't valiantly push through and survive these mass extinction events, we would not be here right now. But that's what makes us so scary, is
That's
the
true.
ability to come out and repopulate or remake what we lost after it's done, over and over again. But as I said, humans' biggest threat is unfortunately ourselves, as our differences in ideals and belief leads to the biggest conflicts in history, which leads to creating terrifying machines of destruction that lead to more casualties than should be humanely possible. And trust me when I say, humans just love creating machines of destruction. The Rods of God was a concept where we would launch 20 feet long massive rods of tungsten into orbit and drop them from space onto a target at a massive speed, forcing a collision that rivals the impact of nuclear bombs. I could only imagine seeing a massive tungsten bar falling from space towards me. And ridiculously enough, the concept was only dropped because it was too expensive and not practical.
That's humans. Money's important. Very, very important.
Not because it was inhumane. We are great at destruction, and we actively try our hardest to protect from and destroy, well, each other. Aliens would probably also realize just how fast humans have grown as a species. 200 years ago, humans didn't have railroads. 125 years ago, airplanes didn't exist either. 75 years ago, we didn't have spaceflight. 35 years ago, we didn't have the internet. We've already pretty much inherited the Earth, and next it will be the stars and whatever comes after that. And if anything tries to get in our way, we will annihilate them. Our technological growth is nothing to sneeze at, because it's only growing more and more as time passes. AI is now growing at exponential rates.
That's probably what's going to do us in. Seriously. That probably is what will end it. When AI hits its top capacity, we are done.
Spaceflight is resuming soon, and medical technology is so good we've increased our lifespan by almost 50 years since ancient times. Our growth is insane. While we might have the technology to
This guy does make some good points.
drop asteroid-like attacks on ourselves, what happens when something like an asteroid really does come attacking Earth? Well, fear not, because we somehow have that covered as well.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll send Bruce Willis up there and he'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
Astonishingly, NASA just accomplished what I believe to be the most insane thing in a long time. I mean, I was seriously baffled when I saw this. The first ever successful attempt at combating potentially dangerous asteroids was succeeded by NASA's DART mission in 2022, when NASA intentionally slammed a spacecraft into an asteroid as humanity's first planetary test of defense. The asteroid Dimorphos was roughly 6.8 million miles away from Earth at the time, and the spacecraft hit the asteroid at 13,000 miles per hour upon collision. The crater left on the asteroid in mid-space was about 33 feet across, and we, as humans, successfully directed an asteroid orbit period by an entire 32 minutes. We
Damn.
shot something across the vast nothingness of space and altered an asteroid mid-orbit.
That is pretty impressive.
That is confounding.
Yeah.
Space is such an invisible boundary for humans. Its sheer vastness and emptiness is something that I actually made a whole video on. But slowly, surely, us humans are poking at the veil. We are held back by a glass ceiling that is space travel. One day, we might even be able to make it to another planet or another star, because we are so mortifyingly growing that our potential will shatter the glass ceiling without looking back. And
Oh, we're already there, people. We're already there. We know what we want to do. The biggest problem is speed. It's speed. It's just speed. We don't have shit that can go fast enough. Otherwise, it's like, okay, well, we'll land on that planet in more or less 95,000 years. Yeah, that's not cutting it. We want to hear, not we. They want to hear we could get to that planet in 2 weeks. That's what they want to hear. None of this 50,000, 10,000 years to get to. No, we just don't have the technology to increase speed. And when we do, we won't be here. Don't worry. Me and you, no matter how young you are, we won't be here. But when that happens, it's going to be a whole... I could just imagine. Sky is literally the limit at that point. put humans on all kinds of planets that could sustain. I don't know. Then again, you still got to find the right atmosphere, the right gravity, the right everything's got to work. Need water. That's pretty important. So who knows? It could take another 10,000 years in just finding the correct planet. Like Mars, I don't know. Mars, I don't think is the answer.
Once this happens, the universe will truly be afraid of our potential. But I've been holding back on talking about one specific thing because it truly is the most terrifying thing about humans. That one thing is our curiosity, our unwavering desire to explore pretty much anything. We want to conquer everything that we don't already have possession of. We want to conquer mountains so we can climb every one that looks impossible, and some of us die in the process simply for the sake of doing it. We travel to space because we feel claustrophobic on the already massive Earth and want more to conquer, explore, and experience. We find every nook and cranny of every possible spot that we can so we know we're not missing out, and we love every second doing it. If I were an alien that came to Earth, I would be afraid, as humans would likely uncover me by accident and find me interesting and take me in for human investigation. The human is...
Don't worry, they would do the same to us.
A capsule of creativity, a capsule of spirit and courage, and we leave our mark in every possible way we can for the people that will be here after we are gone, because we feel that it is important to say hello. And we will continue to explore and conquer until we have fully, and I mean fully, exhausted every last urge to conquer in our DNA. And until then, whatever stands in our way will either have to move aside or be annihilated. And we do this all under the conception that we have no idea why we are on a rock in the middle of space with a conscious mind. We were plopped onto this space rock and took control of it in a blink of an eye. We pushed forward.
Damn, did you just see that? That was cool. Look at this.
Conscious mind. We were plopped on.
Just look at the development.
This space rock and took control of it in a blink of an eye. We pushed forward in the name of our biology and as the only animal capable of self-reflection and complex consciousness. But with this consciousness, we are cursed by our own minds to be forced against the unknown universe. Humans aren't just terrifying. We are lonely and terrified. We are forced against the scary void of the unknown world and the universe as we try to survive every day. We have every right to be afraid of the universe and want to give up. So then why do we continue no matter what? Why do we somehow pull through the most dire circumstances? I'll say it again and again. Because us humans are persistent. We are absurd and we are great. We persevere even in the face of the terrifying and unknown universe. In the face of absurdity, in the face of the unknown, we continue to strive and proceed to push forward regardless of the outcome. Because we are relentless and we are terrifying. O universe tremble, for Mother Earth has birthed an unforgiving force, and it looks upon you wanting. We are matter that decided to wake up one day. We are significant and beautiful that no matter what stands in our way, we shall push forward in the name of humanity, to write one more story in the seemingly pointless tale of history. We will continue to breathe our breaths and become a force so reckoning that not even the Mother Universe could hold a candle to our grit. We will forge a new path throughout time and mark the name Homo sapien deep within the cosmos as a crucial point in history. As a species so terrifying that we forced our way through catastrophe, and arose so valiantly we cried aloud with passion and determination. Humans are terrifying.
Yes, we are. Damn, that's loud. Woo, that got really loud. Why'd that get so loud? Let's lower that. I don't want to break your eardrums. There we go. Oh, it's crazy. Excellent video, though. I mean, straight to the point. The only thing that I don't believe... See, this video kind of, I think, is more or less his opinion. That we are the only ones on this planet. And that if aliens came... I mean, sorry. Of course, we're the only ones on this planet. But I'm saying, what I'm talking about is we don't have the speed, right? To get to the other places in the universe. We just don't have the speed. If we did, clearly they don't either. I truly believe there's no way we're the only ones in the universe. There's just... I can't fathom that we are the only ones in the entire universe. It doesn't make sense. How there's got to be somewhere on the other end of the spectrum. There's got to be another, some sort of, I don't know. Could be people just like us for all the hell we know. We don't know, but because we can't research. We now finally realize, there's a little more than a few planets. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. Neptune. There's a lot. Mercury. I forgot all my planets. I think that Venus. My favorite, Uranus. But anyway, so the moon. The sun. There's so many. That's the basics. That's nothing. That's literally probably like 0.1% of the planets that are out there. 0.01%. There's we now know, right? Billions, maybe trillions of planets out there. You're telling me Earth is the only place, the only one that has animals, life, birds, ants, ticks, roaches? You tell me that no other planet has ticks and roaches? We're the only ones stuck with that? I mean, anyway, I'm just saying, like, if we could reach other planets, it would be interesting. And trust me, if their tech, I believe whoever else's technology at this point is probably, like, I don't know, billions of years ahead of us. Ahead of us is my guess. So, and they still haven't figured out how to get to us. Like, they can't even produce the speed to get. Maybe it was designed that way, people. It was just designed that way. Your side of the universe stays there. This side of the universe stays here. You got north, west, south, east. You got 4 quarters, and absolutely no way each quarter can ever know about each other because they're just too far away from each other. And that's it. You got another Earth somewhere else out there with its own people, probably doing the same shit as us. Who knows? I don't know. Curious, like, I can't believe there's no other planet out there with humans. This is ridiculous. It may not be humans. It might be another species that we never know about. But come on, we're the only one with, like, animals, birds, insects, humans. That's it? Impossible. Can't be. Cannot be. Unless you want to go with this Adam Eve story and you believe all that. But then that's different. But if you're going towards science, are we really the only ones? Come on, seriously? It's impossible. It's impossible. And I've always said, if they were smart enough and they did get to our planet, it only took one look, They only took one quick look and went, oh, hell no. What are they doing? Oh, my God. No. We want nothing to do with those people. We want nothing to do with those people. And that's it. Now, let's get the hell out of here quick. That's all right. Sometimes you hear in the news, a recording was made of something strange in the air. But like in a blink of an eye, it was gone. It was like, oh shit, we're caught. Let's get out of here. Because they had the speed, right? Because according to the videos, literally a millisecond and it's gone. Like speeds that we couldn't comprehend. Again, you could, there's a whole thing of that's all made up fake video as well. So who knows? Who knows what to believe anymore these days anyway. But humans are terrifying. That I knew already. But this guy kind of put it in a different way. Not like all negative. He was like, humans are terrifying in the just our the way we are. And there were some really good points there, like some good things about humans. We don't give up. We want more. We always want to explore. We want to triumph against whatever's in front of us. We want to keep being more powerful. Yeah, we know that. Not we, a certain group out there wants to just own everybody and just become so powerful that they're unstoppable. Yes, that exists. But a lot of good things, like we don't stop. We want to invent. We want to get better. We want to make things better, bigger, more proficient, more. Just make a better lives for ourselves. Make a better lives for them. And me and you, we'll keep working. We'll have jobs till we die. But the idea is, we are forever evolving, and it's not bad for 9 minutes. There was a lot said. I think I talked more than 9 minutes already. Anyway, I'm fascinated with these kind of videos. But anyway, all right, guys, there you have it. Humans are terrifying. You didn't need me to tell you that. Take care. Peace out. Have a good night.